Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Hopkins, hope you're all doing well. I'm just going to spend a few minutes just to give you a bit of information about my background and my career so far. Hopefully you can take away a few tips and advice for your own going forward. So I currently work for Network Rail. I've come through the General Management and Operations graduate scheme. So that involves working in different areas of the business. You can pretty much decide where you want to go, and if there's work available for you, if there's people who have time to let you shadow them or work on different projects, then you're free to do what you want, really. I think graduate schemes on a whole are really good, flexible. If you are interested in a business or a specific area, but you're not quite sure what you want to go into, they give you the option to maybe try a bit of finance, try a bit of maintenance, just pick up some different ideas, and you might go in thinking, oh, I want to do that, but then you come out thinking the other way. I'm with the route crime and security team, so this is all about making the railways safer and more secure and stopping people from getting into serious incidents. So for trespassing, working with maintenance and engineering teams, making it harder to get onto the track to deter people away from it, so we're getting less injuries. Working with Samaritans and community projects to reduce suicides and help vulnerable people, get them away from the railway and get them the support required. And also working with local schools in the area, educating children that you can't be going on level crossings, you can't be using the rail as a shortcut, because it's just going to lead to serious consequences. And the more positive outcomes of this that make the job really rewarding is you're working on a project in a specific town, and you look the next day and you think, oh, the incidents for suicide and trespassing, they're going down just because of the work you're doing. But then also passengers, their trains aren't being delayed, so you're helping services and help people keep safe as well. So yeah, that is probably the most rewarding bit as well. And then you're also making people's lives a lot safer, and you're getting them to where they need to be without causing any disruptions to their day. How we got to this point: so I was at college like yourselves and started working as a customer service assistant at Tesco in the fruit and veg aisle. So even things like, I mentioned CVs in a bit, but even jobs like that you might not think, or big employers like Network Rail and the like, will not take that into account, but they do, because you're face to face with customers. Even if you're working in restaurants or bars, you've got that interaction, that people skills, communication skills, so you need to get it on there. I went to university, did history and sports journalism, and through the employment team there, sort of said, oh yeah, I want to get into a bit of sports writing, so they got me this voluntary role. So it's just a few hours a week writing for this company called Grace Notes. So they provided all the information, stats and facts for the Olympic Games. So like the BBC and Sky Sports, they'd use them facts and go on to use that data when they're doing commentary and for all their press releases as well. And then a few hours turned into like doing a couple of weeks, and then it just snowballed from there. I went to the London Olympic Games, the Olympic Games in Brazil and Russia, and also to South Korea for some sporting events there. Stayed there for a couple of months. So it was just by doing that voluntary work, getting the interest, getting the feedback, keep improving. Yeah, I'll pick up a bit more, even though it's not paid, but I quite enjoy it because it was interesting writing about sports. And then you get the reward then in the end. And it just led to a really good job for about 8 years, I think. And I worked in the Netherlands near Amsterdam. I was in the main office there, so that was really good to meet new people from a different country and get different ways of working. After that, wanted like a bit of a change. I'd also always been interested in going into teaching, so spent to get a bit of experience from it to see if I really liked it. Spent a few weeks with my old school, shadowing my old history teacher, and then I did my PGCE qualification at Edge Hill University. Really enjoyed the teaching. You get not just teaching skills out of it, but also like just how to talk to people in a different way. Your influencing skills. You're going to get 30 teenagers to learn about some history topics that they might not find interesting. So it was a really good experience. Unfortunately, it was quite difficult to find a job in my area, but I still did like supply teaching and that kind of stuff because I did enjoy the teaching side of it. But I just felt that like the jobs I was going into, I wasn't really putting my all into it. And at the end of the day, if you're not motivated enough and you're not enjoying it, then you're just turning up and you're not putting in enough effort into it. So the people who are being affected by the work, they're not getting the best from you and the best out of the work. So I looked into graduate jobs, found that Network Rail did one, but I just typed in Network Rail and then looked at the careers options they did, and it was there. And it just really jumped out at me. Like I said before, it gives you them options. I'd always been quite interested in the business, but there was like things that I didn't even know that are jobs that are involved in Network Rail. So it's just about, if you have an interest in something, spending that time to just go away and do some research into it. And yeah, that's how I got here. So covered like a few bits, but like main tips and advice are that get your CV, keep it updated, use your college when you go. If you go to university, use their employment team. They'll happily, you put a CV together, they'll go through it like I used their CV like advice system. They'll go through and say, oh, maybe expand this bit more, change this. And that CV, you might think, oh, well, I've only done this little bit of voluntary work, I've only done this, but that is showing that you're a self-starter, you're willing to put the effort in to follow your interests. You're not just sat around and you want to achieve that career that you want. And then like your voluntary work, your work experience, it's so vital now because companies want people to just be able to come in and have the basics ready. Even if it's like voluntary work in something other, say if you want an engineering job and you've got voluntary experience, I don't know, helping out coaching a football team or something like that. It's all skills. You've got teamwork, you've got leadership, you've got project management that you need now for these types of engineering jobs or like higher level jobs like it. So yeah, and if you're not quite sure what sort of you want to go into, I know at college I didn't think I'd end up at Network Rail, but it's those interests, you got to follow them, you got to do something you really enjoy. So get onto Google. If you say like you like a specific type of engineering, find companies that do it and tell your people at your college, or if you go to university, tell them as well, because they might have contacts. Building up them networks is really important, and don't be afraid to just go and do something. Oh, it's only for a week. Yeah, I can do that. If you don't enjoy it, that's one thing you can tick off, and then you move on to the next thing. If you do enjoy it, then great. You go into the next bit. You say, right, I really enjoyed that. I've got this experience. What can you give me? Take that away, and then just keep building it up. And then hopefully you'll have that dream job. But it's about just spending the time now while you've got it, and you don't, when you get older, you start to run out of opportunities. They're always there. You just gotta throw yourself into them and be determined, be confident, and just be willing to put the effort in, because you will find it's quite tough. Maybe you've got part-time jobs, you've got your studies, then you've got to do work experience on top of that. But in the end, it definitely, you look back and you think, oh, I'm really glad I put the effort in there, because now I've got this job. I'm sort of a bit more settled. And so yeah, you just got to put yourself out there and be willing to chase what you want. Hope that was useful, and I'm sure you'll all do brilliant. Just hope we'll soon get out of this and you'll be flying again. But yeah, good luck and stay safe. Thank you.